So the law says so so the law says that at no point in time do judges and justices not get to hear jury cases. So I've worked in an administrative position. The administrative position said, as a judge in the matter dealing with finances, it says once you become associate from office worker, that you no longer have to be like part of a jury matter. And so as the manager of this financial matter, a bond came up, and the office member couldn't give judgment on it, and it was then sent to my office, and the law says it goes with the administration, gets sent with it. And the administration clearly says that just because you move up in position, you don't leave your education behind, nor your authority. That stuff rolls over to the office. That's what America's administration says also. So, physically, yeah. So they actually presented such. So the women broke into the case. The justice has proof women broke into the case. The Chief Justice does, actually, because now he sits amongst 3 women. And 1 black guy. Yeah. So, and nothing in the country's changed. So he was given, this guy went and read an administration to him, and another group actually turned in that he has to hear, or the court has to hear, well, they turned in that he has to hear a jury case. So the law never says a judge or a justice has to hear a jury case. It says the court has to hear a jury case. There's no such thing as I said, so there's no such thing as a judge hearing a jury case. That's common sense. So, Yeah, so they try to pin these writings being turned in on me. It's horrible. Yeah, they do. So the law says it's a judge isn't allowed to judge on something that's not the law. It's illegal. The the so they're like, for the person that wants a jury case. So the Chief Justice was assaulted in court again. That's the law. That's the law. The assault, the law says, is he probably had a major headache 6 months ago. Yeah. Actually, I know he did. He came straight to me. He said, "Oh my God, I'm having a headache." So, I was in New York dealing with my boat. And, yeah, so what happened was, so the law says that there's only one court, and that's the United States Supreme Court. The law says it. The judicial rules of court are in the center of a book. A book called The Rules and Code of Court or something. And so that means the code, there's the code, and then there's the rules that explain the code, and the rules are to be followed, which would demonstrate the code, basically, roughly. So yeah. So a bunch of people, because it says there's only one court, and that's the United States Supreme Court. It says it at like 78% of the book. So you got the whole book at 78%. It then says there's only one court, the United States Supreme Court. So, so they sent the case to him. My case was already there. It's locked. And they sent other cases. And then someone tried going to court saying they were representing someone, probably some woman, and trying to talk about each case he had in front of him. He figured he would stand over the cases and place himself where he wanted. And the law reason it's at that point in the actual U.S. code is because it's illegal to do that, for any judge to do that. But because that courtroom is the highest court, they figure they could do those things, which Seconds detailedly explained at the very beginning. And he's been a judge, said 39 years. Seconds, when they passed out the rules, the code, the U.S. code of court law, they actually worded it. It's actually worded the rules, code of court U.S. law or something. And that's why criminals try justing. So they could say, don't you see what I say matches what the seconds have turned in? And it's why justing is illegal. Yeah. So the so he tried standing to torrent by force or his own force what he wants, and he's already been beat up. And yeah. They're like, you can't follow the law anymore. It's illegal. Because you're not going to do the right thing. So so he was assaulted, and then it was followed with a major scale. The law doesn't say the Chief Justice sits there as the judge of it either. Actually, the law says he sits in the United States Supreme Court. It's actually Virginia used to have a United States Supreme Court, and they actually shut down. There's an impeachment, and the justice left the courtroom and went to the impeachment courtroom to be the judge over, and they ended up shutting down the actual that court and putting it in D.C. Because it's illegal. The Chief Justice knows it's illegal. Whoever fucking fed him, whatever the fuck they fed him about how to act administratively, fucked him up. Fucked him up so bad he went home, couldn't think, couldn't see, couldn't breathe, couldn't move, came to me crying. Yeah. So one of the rules that were actually Virginia used to pride themselves on was the stay of seat. You know, you have to stay the seat for your protection, your mind, your humanity, your persons, not who you're judging against. And when Virginia broke that, they actually closed down the court and opened up this court. So civil case starts. This cop tries committing a stay of placement, which is stupid. The court, the court does mind fucks. You, in theater language, you're in the audience, you're facing the stage, left is right, right is left. Entering center left, you came from the right. Entering center right, you came from the left, or whatnot. So the court, the judge and justices, they actually process shit that way. So The criminal will commit murder, suicide, and then right now their big thing is you're a snitch or you're a nigger lover. So a snitch is someone that goes out, takes part, well, a snitch is someone that tells on someone for committing a crime. Okay. A snitch is someone that goes out, takes part in a crime, they get caught, and tells. So, I'm none of those. The cop's a fucking criminal, and these motherfuckers work with cops. The cop turns around, tells on them, tries to use the fact of body to say I'm a bad person. So their big thing is snitching and nigger loving. Nigger loving is you're in a civil case, you get $100, you split it, 25 to a black person, you keep 75, and you keep them guessing. And when a process happens, obviously I'm white, that guy's black. Obviously that's not me. That's nigger loving. So the cop figures he'd commit this fucking judicial crime of placing black people commit murder, suicide, and saying that all civil cases have to omit this shit. So Canada actually has that shit outlawed. I guess when the Queen of Canada, a big burly woman, she's cutting people's limbs off. Yeah, big thing. And you can't really, when you say I set out today to fucking read this shit, I would find the Canadian law within the first paragraph saying that the Queen of Canada, from land, it's from shining sea to shining sea, I guess. It says, the Queen of Canada, in sight of both seas, because if I'm standing here, my side is my left sea, my right sea, what's in front of me is the common sense. Protecting what's behind me would be the obligation or something. So it says, in protection from sea to sea, the criminal, and then it says was decapitated or whatnot through bounds of force or something. So don't hold her don't hold her convicted on it. The law says you could hold her convicted on it in America and Canada, actually. Yeah. And I guess she went public back then and actually said, I'm probably wrong on some of this shit, but you know what? I throw a rock. When I throw a rock, it hits where the fuck I threw it. My people helped me, and I'm content with that. So, yeah. Yeah, she's the... You see people in the military with one leg. Can I get a cup of coffee? A cup of coffee?
Oh, sure. My hands are getting cold.
It's freezing.
It's the temperature just dropped. It dropped.
Right.
I was feeling warm, and then all of a sudden I started feeling cold.
Thank you.
You need sugar?
So, everybody's like, well, what does it say about the King of Canada? It says you better be able to throw lightning if you're going to discuss him or talk about him. I could throw lightning. As a child, they committed a crime, and they went to court, and they described that the suit would deal with humanity on this land, and in order to competently discuss that, I'd have to either be friends or protect myself from my friends, and that the King of Canada would be a friend. So,
two people went out, so I was getting up. One person fell out. Nigga that really hit it, he got high. I love you.
So when they started committing crime, they killed a bunch of children in Canada, and they figured they'd commit humanity crime, and they would walk to each document, which sends a document over there, which has nothing to do with me.
Nah, it's supposed to bring up
The yeah. So 4 years ago, I keep turning in, nah, Judge, you're fucking crazy. This shit's yours. You got shit fucked up. You can't take the meek position, oh, that sucks, and say you don't understand. Fuck you. So they process this shit. I'm of no mind, body, sound. Yeah. But I could throw lightning, I know that. Yeah, I've struck myself, I've struck other people. I fucking went through target practice. Thank you. I appreciate it. I get GR from New York. They give me about 180 a month. Yeah. I work normally when my car's up and running also, so it's horrible. I'm homeless. It sucks. Life sucks.
You made my day, man.
No problems. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hugs. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So there's yeah. So there's histories. Because I won. The judge is crazy and a criminal. And um, yeah. So Canada's like well. It's not so far anymore. It's like right down the street. But yeah, it used to be so far. Like, why would I ever call him a judge? He's the king of Canada. So yeah. So yeah. I wonder if he sits. Yeah, I have imaginations. I wonder if he sits in his palace every now and then and tells the guards, "Bring in the next peasant." I mean, if I was the king, I would. How are you doing today? How's the crops? You know. So, anyways, the cop in his crime figured that he would employ hatred, which is a description of body movement, and then lie about body movement to the judge to deny court. So, yeah, so they're all, so I was born here. Pretty much all of us were. This place sucks. So it's actually, I'll go out and take pictures of it. It's actually in Washington. You see, the military petitioned years ago to have truthful patches on how they pulled off actions of murder in other lands. And they came up with lightning bolts and clouds and fucking raindrops and shit. So,
Now I'm taking these to on Southeast.
so they know I'm not a criminal. And you see, they get regiment tattoos. Normally they're always fucking lightning bolts or storm clouds or skulls or whatnot. Yeah. So it's pretty horrible. So the law says, the actual law that Canada's supposed to help enforce, Brazil's supposed to help enforce, says that when the IRS and the financial bodies have to give up the answers to be given to the United States Supreme Court, that the offices, the FBI, the CIA, and military branches are not allowed to leave the country. Yeah, so, yeah. So persons is a crime. Yeah, so it's all pretty cool.